Welcome back to another episode of Loren's Amazon Princess. We just arrived at the Citadel and let's get back in. We return home. The large doors creaked open. Inside of the fortress, hundreds of Amazons rushed to form a procession. Procession? Is that how you speak it? By the entrance, all kneeling to welcome back their royalty. Loren stepped up to the bowing woman with her hands on her hips. I've returned! I was told many suns ago that our queen, my mother, had gone missing and that she was dead. I bring her to you now. Well, I don't think it was so long ago, Loren, but okay. Karen stepped forward and the entire city seemed to apologize and cheer at once. Hail Queen Karen! She held out her hand to quite them all. They all looked to her with fear of punishment for leaving her to die. My daughter was very brave in finding me. She has proven great strength and intelligence where I have failed. I was your queen, but I do not feel worthy of this honor any further. Mother! Karen quickly gestured Loren to be silent. A more fit ruler has presented herself, and I will relinquish my throne to my daughter within the season. The Amazons bowed to Loren. Hail Princess Loren! Mother! I did not bring you back for this. You are their queen. I am a weakling. You have seen what I am. Karen blinked rapidly and looked away. I will prepare for your rule, and then you will be queen. You saved me, and I'm grateful. This is what I want. Loren gaped at her mother, unable to believe what had just happened. She was interrupted when Brisa approached urgently. Princess Loren, a very important guest is waiting for an audience with you. When she could finally tear her eyes from Karen, she processed the message. How could Merles have reached the Citadel before me? Never mind. Tell her I will be there shortly. Loren went with Eleanor to meet her guests. Even though they had arrived back home and the mission was complete, Loren had not dismissed her service. Both seemed to ignore it for fear the bringing it up would definitely put an end to the partnership. They walked into the audience chamber and found two people that neither had been expecting. Across the room was an old man in a wizard's garb and a strong-looking brute that stood guard by him. Eleanor froze, recognizing them both to be humans, the enemy of her kind in the war. They reacted just as instinctively to seeing her. The warrior's face grew cold and he reached for his sword. Eleanor made sure to feel her own. Yeah, I knew that guy. He was in the human city, in the Colosseum. And that's Gandalf, okay. The humans have Gandalf, the elves have lost this war. I'm pretty sure the war is over if the humans have Gandalf. Stand down! This is not an elf you should fear. Their hands moved from their weapons, but their glares were just as hateful. Where does he hide his weapon? And why is everyone naked besides Gandalf? Okay. Who are you? And why are you wasting my time? I agree. Oh god. This is... So the old man is Apolymacio. Apolymacio. Okay guys? This is my Apolymacio voice. I will make my introduction short. I am Apolymacio, Archwizard of Grimory. I come on behalf of the Empire to speak with you. And your bodyguard? He's called oh my god, Amokiki. He is the city's champion gladiator, don't mind him. Is the name of their champion gladiators Amukiki? I am Amukiki. Now, so, sure he's not a lizard man in disguise. If he stays his hand, Amukiki. I make no promises. The war is outside, humans. She's a human too. Do not drag that mud in with you. Now tell me, why are you here other than to cause trouble? I will not beat around the bush. I am aware that you have recently come into possession of a sword, the Hawk Blade. I'm correct? What of it? Reports tell me that it glows for you, thus giving you its secret powers. I've come to ask you an alliance between the Empire and the Amazons, so that the sword may be used for its true purpose. Loren crossed her arms and gave the old wizard a venomous look. Eleanor was no less unwelcoming. Whoa, they both knew how to do it. Where should I start? I will not be a puppet for the Empire. The Amazons will not take side in this petty war. This sword is not of your concern. You could not possibly know its purpose, and you were remarkably mistaken to think you could come here and assume otherwise. I told you. She's in league with the elves. Oh, that was my other voice. I thought because Amukiki looked so meh. I think this was not Amukiki Marvel. He's Amukiki. I thought the Gandalf was looking so I think it's his. So I told you so. She's in league with the elves. Loren stands with no one but the Amazons. You're wrong. Says an elf by her side. Eleanor grit her teeth painfully. There was nothing she hated more than being judged by simply what she was and not who she was. I agree, Loren. I know that problem. Quite! I mean, Eleanor. I will handle the negotiations here. Polymecio. I realized I made a mistake thinking I could so easily pursue someone as headstrong as Amazon Princess. Of course, why would you be concerned about the Empire, or anyone else for that matter? Please allow me to make a thorough case to explain why. Loren cut her hands through the air in impatience. No, I've already made up my mind. Princess! Important guests have arrived for an audience. More? Your friends? Oh god. How are they so shortly behind us? We had to fight 3 guards. Into the audience chamber walked Druid Mirth and Ray. They were already in soul moods, but seeing 2 unexpected humans sent them wild. Agents of the Empire! Elven witch! Oh, Gandalf, show her! I agree, she's confusing my girlfriend with, nymphs. What? Polymecio raised his staff to cast an attack, but Rai had shot a perfectly aimed bolt, knocking it from the mage's hand. Yeah, sure. How does that work with a bow? Or what? The next moment Ray was tackled by Amuniki, while Mirth had summoned vines to puncture through the floor tiles to grab Polymecia's legs. Hey, don't destroy our throne room! Yeah. Stop this madness! This is madness! This is the Citadel! I guess. Yeah. Eleanor ran to the elf and the gladiator to pull them apart. With a sturdy kick of her foot, she shoved the gladiator away from the elf and out of his chokehold. A quick flash of her sword kept the 2 separated. You will battle within the Citadel! Mirth and Polymecio hoofed at each other from across the room. Their companions slowly stopped growling at each other and joined the other sides. Within these walls, no war exists. If you battle, I will eradicate you. Understand? I apologize, Princess Loren. I was not expecting the enemy. And I was not expecting filth. Listen to yourself! You do not know each other, but you have already committed to hating one another. The druid and her brother are of no threat to you. Must it always be attack first, ask questions later? There have been countless charges from the Empire against this very druid that stands before me. Killing her would be doing my nation a service. I have personally done your kind your harm. I have only ever protected the forest. You only wish to kill anyone who would have the common sense to stand against you. I will hear no more of this squabble. This war is your own fault. As a matter of fact, it's not. And that is why I came here as soon as I could. You wish to blame the Empire eternally? Mirth flashed a pair of orny eyes towards the mage and his fighter. As much as I would like to, the reality is far more upsetting. The soldiers that attacked the Elven City were not under the Empire's influence. What soldiers are you speaking of? The elves attacked our cities. That's how this war started. These soldiers were not humans at all. They were goblins, under an illusion spell, to appear to be the Empire. Whoever attacked us, or both of us, if your story is true, wanted to bait us into a war. It worked, unfortunately. Why would I trust you? Use your magic on this goblin sash found in the forest. Sense it for yourself. She threw a garment towards the polymacio, who caught it. He focused in it and trembled. Demon magic has tricked us both. This garment reeks of illusion magic. That is a skill only taught in the Everborn Mountains. Demons? It's always demons. First, he is their leader. I fought him in the past, and he's beyond ruthless. He's near impossible to kill. My comrades and I had thought we had done so. It appears we were wrong. He and the Fellowship of the Ring did what they could, but the council will not believe me if I tell them that it was all a trick. They believe wholeheartedly, as I did, that the elves meant to wage war. I don't want this war, Archwizard. I will see it end by any means. I find no glory in this war either. If we can find a means to truth, then we should do it. A brief moment of silence told Loren that the two of them needed to form an alliance, or else they would kill each other off for no reason. Eleanor's gaze bounced between both factions' leaders, eager for them to come to the same conclusion. I propose we join forces against our true enemy. Polymacio straightened. The demons, you mean? Yes, we may not see eye to eye, but a more dangerous foe is at large. Then we shall seek peace with our nations. The old wizard was silent for a long moment, and then reached out his hand towards the druid. She stared at it, and then reached out her own. They shook hands with each other, sealing their new alliance. I thought he's not allowed to make such decisions without the council, whatever. Everyone in the room marveled at how their attitudes had completely changed, putting their personal vendettas aside for the greater good. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, new party man, Archwizard. Yeah, Gandalf joins the team. My god. And he has 1 point in Paralyze. Normal damage. 75% chance to paralyze. Oh, and that hits all enemies in a row. And that heals a full roll of Alice. What the fuck, man? Okay, first of all you need a point in this. Then you need a point in this heal. And then you need full row paralyze. Nice. And then you need a lot more will. And a little strength, so you don't die like a fly. What does skill do for you? Defense value and magic value. Okay, 2 skill and bomb. You will be our utility mage. Ray, oh god. Can the elves really work together with the humans? Shut up, Ray. We must try, Ray. The only other option is to be attacked on 2 fronts, rather than just one. Archwizard! The sword! Sword. Or sword. Oh yes! Princess Loren, the sword. How do you know of the hawk blade? I'm well researched in the ancient swords, and have been actively searching for them. Of course, I would know if someone was casually carrying one. Okay, guys. Now he joined our party and I will have to do that voice for the rest of the let's play. I'm really afraid. I hope he doesn't talk too much, but he's Gandalf, so he probably will. Are you seeking to manipulate her? To do your bidding? The sword does not need to stand just for the Empire. It could stand for our combined forces as well. This sword is dragging me into commitments I have not made yet. Is that all it will do? I want nothing more to do with it. Loren unsheathed the sword and it glowed, but she immediately slammed it against the floor. Everyone gasped in horror. Amukiki rushed up to it and bent down to pick it up. After a moment of hesitation, he grabbed it and held it for a long moment. Despair broke across his face while Polymacio cringed and looked away. The gladiator stood up with a plain sword in his hand and nothing more. You're throwing it away! But it has chosen you! A piece of metal is not going to run my life! If you want it so badly, you can have it. I have plenty of superior weapons here in the Citadel. I doubt that Loren is pretty good. You will never find a blade stronger than this one. Don't be a fool, throw it away. The world needs you, and you're running away. If our armies are to fight as one, we need not only a fearless leader, but one who will not appear to be biased towards either side. With this sword, everyone would agree that the gods themselves choose you to lead us against demons. Your Highness, they need you. That is not my problem. Then we will ask the Queen to lead. Queen Quarren is a good substitute. Tough she cannot wield the sword. Loren was tense, thinking of her mother taking her place. Could she send her mother to war after just returning her home? This is absurd! You cannot have the Queen! That seems more like her decision than yours. Loren knew her mother would take up this role, if only as means to kill herself. She could not lose her mother to this. Your Majesty! Eleanor, you got it right. Eleanor had difficulty bringing Loren's hard stare towards her. What happens outside the Citadel will affect you too. If the war continues, you are letting the world you live in be destroyed and ruled by chaos. Wherever you see a human or an elf, your life as it is now would not exist if it weren't for them. The clothes you wear are made from the silks woven by the elves, and the bread you eat was made by the wheat grown in the Empire's fields. We all need one another, or else everything we know and cherish will crumble apart. Loren stared straight in front of her, contemplating her words, especially because Eleanor was just a minute ago on the side of the elves. Eleanor prayed that she had gotten through to her mistress. Finally, the prince's eyes blinked back into reality and looked at the faces around the room. The demons are asking for a fight, and I shall give it to them. Everyone was more than relieved. The air in the room was significantly lighter. Amokiki, the sword! The warrior looked down at the hawk blade and then slowly walked up to Loren. She gazed at it warily. Amokiki knelt down suddenly in front of her, holding up the hilt for her to take. Most of my life has been spent training myself to wield this weapon, but it does not recognize me as worthy. So I return this blade and swear my life to its owner. I will follow Loren, the princess of the Amazons, and I will give my life if necessary to protect her. Eleanor looked up at hearing the gladiator's pledge. Another contender for Loren's heart. Because it was too similar to the one that she had given too long ago. Yeah, she's copycatting us. But this man did not need to protect her mistress. Eleanor knew that she was the only protector that Loren ever needed. Oh, she's jealous. Loren stared down at this and then finally wrapped her fingers around the handle, lifting it into the air. It glowed. Is this your calling? Uniting these people to slay the demons responsible? I'm sure of it, Your Highness. She sheathed it and looked over at her servant. We shall see, I suppose. An historical alliance was formed. The humans and the elves had joined forces with the Amazons to lead one united army against the enemy who threatened them all. After some negotiations, both Polymacio and Murs were prepared to take the steps to the combined ceremonial individual nations to end the war. The Citadel was designed at the base of the operations, designated at the base of the operation. Oh God. It's getting too late, guys. It's getting too late for recording, due to it being the only neutral force in the fortress in the land. The guests were all treated to a formal Amazon welcome and peacemaking rituals, including great feast, folk songs, and a test of strength. After a few hardy days of bonding, is this a war or is this a party setup? The Amazons had concluded that an alliance could be formed between the three cultures, and even the humans and elf factions began to put their differences aside. You're very strong for an elf! I believe that was a compliment. Alright, you're not bad yourself. For a human. I'm the greatest warrior in Grimory. I'm not bad at all. Oh, completely not full of yourself, Conan. Even the greatest warrior can fall from a single arrow. The two stared at each other, said Law. You're right! I should have the arrows on my side, even if I don't need them. You think brute strength for everything, huh? Prepare to be proved otherwise. Is that a challenge, assassin? They posed, both sure that they were a superior fighter. Accepted! May the best elf win! Amokiki chuckled and then slammed their fists together in a gesture of good sport. Great, now I have Conan in my party. And he's a warrior, okay, clear, and a gladiator. And he has 1 point in shield defense. With this punny little shield, really? Okay. 15% decreases speed. Yeah, that's like bullshit, what's that? Fear! Wow! Battle cry, nice. And it gives us shield wall. Wow! That's awesome, take that. And then increase your maximum hit points. And you need a lot of strength. 10. And maybe 1 point in will, and a little bit more speed and defense will not be bad either. Nearby, Draco grinned excitedly and turned towards Rama standing idle next to him. He held out his fist towards him. May the best elf win! Ramus just looked at the fire mage. Or dwarf? What? Come on, let's make a cool challenge pact thingy too. Remus grumbled and walked away, leaving Draco hanging. He pouted. Well, sucks for you, because you were just going to win anyway. Now I win, Draco wins. Yeah. Draco yawsed. Eleanor walked up to her mistress Loren while she was holding her final audience with Apollinacio and Mirth. And what's going on in that audience? That's the theme of the next episode. Loren, the Amazon Princess.